What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. That's Dan Rourke. Dan, how we doing on this marvelous morning?
Doing good, Pat. Doing good. Yankees swept the Reds, so that's always nice. I gotta say, I'm like kind of in the full swing of like summer baseball season now, to where life is just good. The Yankees are good. And one more thing to note: the reason I got the shirt on today, Pat, and it's not the Yankee logo. Might have to do a quick little turnaround here. Gary
Hey,
Sanchez on the Mets. You already watched two at bats, struck out in the first one, single in the next one. I just want to put it out there. I think you feel the same way. I'm rooting for very hard for him. I want him
oh
to do
yeah.
well.
No,
So shout out Gary Sanchez.
bro, I want to see Gary Sanchez win NL Comeback Player of the Year. Like, I want to see him do really well. Bro,
He's gonna
life is good. Like, how can we complain right now? The Yankees are killing it. We have like some new fresh faces in the lineup. I guess we'll talk about that. Some guys returning from injury soon. We'll talk about that too. Also, we have a couple giveaway announcements in today's episode. We'll get to that a little bit later on.
And
But
we have to talk about somebody who will not be returning as well at some point.
yeah,
But
little bit of roster shakeup. But quick shout out to our sponsor, FOCO, Yankees Avenue, code 15% off. Save it on your order. Do it, bro. But yo, let's get right into topic number one. And I guess we kind of got to talk about
this is
little
Aaron
roster.
Hicks. This is number
Yeah,
one. Oops.
yeah.
My bad. Let's do
Little
it.
roster shakeup. The Yankees finally DFA'd Aaron Hicks. Now, bro, this is a move that I feel like we just felt like had to happen, but never really thought it would actually happen. I was kind of like, yo, the Yankees are never getting rid of Hicks. So we talked about it so much coming into the season, right? Where we were kind of just like, Aaron Hicks is going to be a part of this roster. So there's nothing we could do at this point but support him. Came into the season with a clean, fresh slate. We were willing to give him another chance. He clearly just couldn't get the job done for whatever reason, continued to struggle, and now he finds himself designated for assignment. The Yankees replace him with Greg Allen, a move that I kind of like. But are you happy to see Aaron Hicks gone?
Dude, I kind of feel a little bit bad. And, we always call ourselves bipolar fans, right? And in a way, that's kind of how I felt when it happened. Because, first of all, let me just say, kind of ironic, kind of funny, kind of sad in the fact that Hicks was playing well, had literally his best week probably in years over I don't know, since 2019, probably his best week since then, because he was batting 353, had a homer, WRC plus in those 7 games was 202. And then, so yeah, out of nowhere, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but it was in a way kind of surprising. Like I wasn't expecting that news when I woke up that day, but yeah, it happened. And the second it does, I kind of turn into from bashing Hicks and waiting for him to be DFA'd to, all right, I've gotten that anger out in the past. Everybody knows this is what I wanted. Now I kind of just feel a little bit bad for the dude because you think of the good moments. I mean, he really did have a lot of big moments. A lot of them were quite some time ago, even going back to last year, that big throw-in homer against the Astros to tie it up. He had the 3-1 shot against Verlander, ALCS Game 5, which I still coin as one of the more badass moments in recent Yankee history. I mean, the dude was pretty much out the entire second half. We thought he was done for the year. Comes back to the ALCS, hits a huge home run. And, for all we know, some weird shitting going on. Maybe we go on to win that series. I don't know. But long term, it made sense, especially because you have Stanton coming back soon. You also have Josh Donaldson coming back as well. It was more so a matter of when, not if, and it just happened a little sooner than I thought. So I wish him well. I really do.
Yeah.
DFA'd, he's now 10 days where a team will be able to claim him. If they do claim him, they pick up his salary. So that's just not going to happen. So these 10 days will go by. I already saw an article today suggesting on the Red Sox side of things that they should pick him up. So I do have a feeling Hicks is going to end up on an American League rival. That's just the way I feel. But yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%. It's kind of like a Gary situation in the sense of it's kind of the same situation as like Joey Gallo, Sonny Gray, Gary Sanchez. Like these guys aren't on the Yankees anymore. For whatever reason, their tenure in New York didn't end the way anybody wanted to. But now I want to see them succeed elsewhere. Like I'm sure at the end of the day, Aaron Hicks is a great dude and he's talented, right? Like we saw what Aaron Hicks could do when he's reaching his full potential, and he clearly wasn't going to be able to do that in the rest of his tenure with the Yankees. Bro, let's not forget we were looking at a guy that was like a top 3, top 5 center fielder in the American League.
Totally.
In his prime, we were looking at him as like one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball, who had a great on base percentage, could hit 30 home runs in
Still
his
played
prime.
great defense at that time. Like,
Great
yeah, no,
defense,
for sure.
amazing arm. So I mean, shout out to Aaron Hicks. Anybody who's kind of still shitting on the dude, like you're kind of just a loser. It's like beating a
Right.
dead horse at that point. Like stop. But yeah, at this point, like all we can kind of do is just wish him the best.
Yeah, I do. On that last point, I couldn't agree more. Like somebody was saying, when I was talking positively about him, oh, why are you gassing him up now? I'm like, dude, it's done. Like he's gone. So what more is it's really, like you said, beating a dead horse. And another thing, I mean, he was a 2017 Yankee, and we'll always kind of have, in terms of the attachment side of things, like that gives you an extra couple points. So Yeah, man. Just in general, he was a big part of this core, and to see him go, it's if you want to say an end of an era, I don't think you're wrong, even though, like you said, it didn't end well. But yeah, man, shout out to Aaron Hicks, and I hope he does well, just as long as it's not against us. But I'm sure, dude,
Yeah,
there's gonna be a moment. Like I almost feel like we're gonna see him in the playoffs. Because, dude,
as
what
like
do
an
athletes
Astro.
love? What do athletes love? Spite. I bet you, bro. I was actually thinking about this when I was in the shower. I wonder what Aaron Hicks is going to be doing over these next 10 days. You think it's like you take a step back and just, mini vacation until another team picks you up? I don't think so. I bet this motherfucker's in the gym right now. And he probably
Bro,
is like, he's probably playing Murder on My Mind. And he's like, I would do the same thing. So, yes, I do think he's going to end up like an Astro or like a Ray or,
Bro,
you
he's
know.
gonna come back. Remember like that viral picture that went of Hicks in that offseason one year where he was like Barry Bonds, freaking like
Yeah.
300 pounds of pure muscle? Dude, he's gonna come back looking like Barry Bonds, have like a 500 on base. And you know what? I hope he does, just not against the Yankees. But last
Yeah.
thing I will say on this topic, I'm kind of excited to see Greg Allen back, especially on
Mm.
Sunday. Bro, the triple that he hit, bro, running around the bases, I have to say, he looks fast as hell. I didn't realize Greg Allen was that fast.
I knew he was fast, but not this fast, bro. Damn,
I know.
dude. Whether it's the triple or the pinch run, there's a certain level of fast, and it kind of separates. We always talk about Volpe, and then you'll hear the analysts say, "Oh, well, Volpe's actually not like that fast. He's just a really good base runner," which I actually buy. I think that makes sense. He gets good jumps, all that. But no, Greg Allen, man. I mean, this dude is
Dog.
lightning quick, and I actually think, and I know you're on the hate Jake Bowers train. Maybe we'll talk
Yes.
about that a little bit.
Yeah, I am.
I'm wondering about the eventual roster moves because going back to Stanton and Donaldson coming back, the clear move would be, all right, you're getting rid of Hicks. Now he's gone. Now you have Willie Cahoon, Jake Bowers, and Greg Allen. Who is going to be the one to go if not two of the three? I think Allen's going to be on the roster through October is the point I'm trying to make. So
Yeah, if he's
he's
playing like this, but that's the thing
and
too.
just the
It's like,
speed alone, good defense.
but that's what DFAing Hicks does, right? Like it opens the door for another guy, whether that's like Cole Calhoun comes up next or something, right? Or Greg Allen continues to rake, or Jake Bowers maybe wakes up and they stop leading him off. I don't know, but it opens the door for someone else to kind of step up and take advantage of that open spot.
One last thing on Hicks too. To kind of give him somewhat of an excuse, that surgery he had on his wrist is tough. I mean, Teixeira
Yeah.
had the same situation. He still talked about it to this day that like it was a miracle he was even able to come back from that a couple of years later. But with Hicks, dude, like it's kind of a valid excuse. And you have the Tommy John surgery. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. It was what was my last point?
Clearly,
I
it
forget
wasn't
it,
that
but
important, huh?
probably not. It was the last point I was gonna make. So not a headliner, but
But yeah, let's get into topic number 2 now. So since returning from the IL on May 9th, Aaron Judge has 7 home runs, batting 378 in 12 games. Are we in store for another MVP race between Ohtani and Judge? And also, what would it take for Aaron Judge to beat out Ohtani for MVP this season? Because the way I viewed it coming into the year, I would have been shocked if anybody not named Trout, Ohtani, or Judge was going to win MVP this year. It sucks that Judge had that little IL thing because I think his numbers would be even more insane right now if he didn't. But it's going to be so difficult for Judge to beat out Ohtani for MVP if he doesn't put up like another like 60 home run season. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's that. I think you said it perfectly. It sucks that he got hurt because if not, then I think we would actually, and even still, like he's going to flirt with 60. I really do think so. Even with those 10 games missed, I would be shocked. I mean, of course I wouldn't be shocked. I think he's gonna end up hitting like 57, 58, maybe even hits the even 60. I don't know. Don't think he's gonna break the record again though. And unfortunately, that's probably what it would take. Because I mean, Shohei, just for those unaware, I mean, he's doing Shohei stuff. I mean, batting 286, 11 homers, 143 WRC plus as a hitter with a 1.2 WAR as a hitter. And pitching end of things, Ohtani 5-1, 3.23 ERA. So kind of going back to my point entirely last year is that Ohtani is the best player in baseball. To me, I think that is true. It would only take a historical season like we saw from Judge last year to beat him in the MVP. If you don't do that, you're probably not getting there. So, not the end of the world if he doesn't win it. I don't see it happening. Regardless, though, Judge is on fire. Judge is insane. Since coming off the IL, batting 378, 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. I mean, dude, the season stats now. And before the IL, Judge was, not that it mattered. You knew he would get his stats back up to Judge like stats, but he was at like hitting like 250 OPS in like the 850s. Now in the season, 299 average, 400 OBP, 178 WRC plus, already a WAR over 2. So regardless of any MVP talk, like he's having an MVP caliber season, which is just appreciate him, yo. Like really, guys, I know we all kind of do, but for the one or two maybe who don't understand, we're watching one of the greatest Yankees of all time.
Yeah, no, and I think it's kind of the same logic as we view with the AL East, right? It's like whoever finishes in last place in the AL East this year, like it's not even a knock to be in last place in the AL East. Like, bro, they're still going to be probably above 500, right? So just because Aaron Judge probably won't win MVP this year, like that's not a knock on him. Like he could still put up an amazing season and lead the Yankees to the postseason and just not win MVP just because Ohtani is like a supernatural figure. And that's not a knock on Judge. It's just kind of just a respect to the insane talent that Shohei Ohtani
Right.
is. And I forgot who was talking. Maybe it was someone on MLB Network, but they were like, yo, at this point, you should probably just make like a separate award for what Otani's doing.
I'm
Just
not
because
against
every year
that.
he's going to win MVP, bro.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. And one might say, oh, there's a Hank Aaron award Judge could win, which he probably will, just going by like best offensive
Yeah, but
performance.
like, who cares
I
about that? You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that, like, Hank Aaron award, like, no disrespect to him, but in the end, it's like it's not an MVP. People would always bring that up.
Yeah.
Like, I think before this conversation about maybe it was Trout versus Ohtani or whatever it used to be. They're like, oh well, he got a Hank Aaron award, and it's like, does anybody really care about a Hank Aaron award? But yo, real quick,
Yeah.
speaking of the AL East, the Yankees are now in third place, so they have jumped both the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. We're now, what is this, 2.5 back of Baltimore for second place, which we now start a series with them on Tuesday. And Pat,
Big series.
kind of what I've been, a huge series. And going back to what I've been saying about the division, where I'm not thinking about it just yet. Once we pass Baltimore, and then it's just a straight shoot to behind Tampa Bay, which even them, we're only 6 behind right now. Yanks are winning the East, Pat. I'm not gonna like make that chase yet, but we are now like this May that we're having, we're jumping.
No, we're
teams.
sniffing it.
We're putting ourselves in a position to where it's like, all right, no, like it's game time, bro. Like let's get this division. It's not out of reach by any means. So
No,
but
yeah, bro.
yeah,
Since they turned the gas on finally, like it feels like, yo, this team has a real chance of winning the East. And it just sucks that we don't have that many games against Tampa left to kind of really prove ourselves. And that's why those games that we played against them were so important.
right.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Baltimore series this week because I feel like not a lot of people, at least in the Yankee circle anyway, are talking about them as much as we've been talking about the Blue Jays and the Rays. So I kind of want to
No.
see what Baltimore's made of, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. And their record is nice. I mean, 30 and
No, I know.
16. That's legit. Only downside for them is they don't have great pitching, so hopefully we'll be able to hit them. I mean, we've been hitting well. And also, I just want to say on the Cincinnati series, like this was a fun ass series, dude. I really enjoyed myself. It was nice to, you kind of get a high out of the Rays and the Jays, and then it returns to, all right, nice little weekend set against the Reds. We haven't been in Cincinnati since 2017, and the Yankees just played well. They looked like the better team. They look like one of the best teams in baseball right now. Once again, going back to the whole bipolar thing, but I love it. I love it, Pat.
Bro, next week we might be like, yo, this is the worst team in baseball.
Yo, we get swept by Baltimore, Pat, like we're having another doomsday episode.
No, it's
but
done.
That's just
No,
how
it's
it
done.
goes.
But yo, before we get into topic number 3, want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Foco. Dan, we have a couple announcements regarding Foco. We told you guys last episode we had a giveaway that we launched on Instagram. We're gonna have 5 winners, 3 shirts, 2 hats, and Dan, we're here to announce those winners. So as far as the shirts go, Dane Jukes, Tommy _ Baker, Steve Nesky 1, U3 Owen, one of these tropical themed beautiful shirts. They're actually really nice.
They are nice from what it looks like. I haven't received one yet, but they sure do look nice. I'm sure
that's a nice hat, by the way, Dan.
Thank you. And speaking of hats, Cody Demichelle, Kimmy Lasquadro, both getting hats. I don't know if I said your names right, but I'll shoot you a DM to make sure. 5 giveaway winners, bro. I mean, shout out to Foco. Speaking of Foco, once again, I'll DM all you guys for that. We have another giveaway we're going to tease at the end of the show regarding tickets, by the way. I want to say something about this bobblehead.
Wait, that's sick as hell.
It's sick as hell. And I think I'm going to start watching
Wait, they sent you that?
Of it. Yeah, they sent me this. How's it feel, huh?
That.
Yeah, how's it feel? Yeah, you didn't get shit. And always got to throw back to the OG dopest bobblehead in the game. A lot more like this, and there's some more behind me if you can see. You got that bathrobe if you can notice in the back right there, a little Yankees bathrobe. But yeah, Foco, they got all the bobbleheads you could want. They got this dope hat, pretty much anything with the Yankee logo on it, they will have. And yeah, shout out to the giveaway winners: Dane Jukes, Tommy Baker, Steven Nesky 1, Cody Demichelle, and Kimmy Lasquadro.
That last name is really toughing you out, huh?
Gary Sanchez is up. I'll report back later, but maybe he goes deep. I don't know.
Let me know. You can interrupt me if he does anything great. But
code Yankees Avenue 15% off, by the way. I'm not sure we mentioned that. 15% off code Yankees Avenue at Foco.
Correct. Topic number 3, Dan, Jose Trevino landed on the IL. He has a hamstring strain, which led to finally the Yankee debut of the man, the myth, the legend, Ben Rortvedt. He had 2 hits, including a double on Saturday. Do you think Ben Rortvedt could be here to stay, Dan?
1,000%. 1,000%. And going back to talks we had earlier in the season, preseason, I think Higgy gets traded. I really do. Now, Jose's going to be out probably for some time. I mean, it's a hamstring strain. I think a grade 1, could be a grade 2 if I am not remembering correctly. But point is, you're probably looking at least a month without Trevino. So we're going to see what Rortvedt can do. And yo, talk about a good debut. He had that double off the wall on Saturday. He ended up scoring on that on the Judge RBI single, which was also off the wall. Had another hit later on as well. Dude, Ben Rortvedt, and the defense is there. That's pretty much what's advertised as him. And for those not familiar, Rortvedt, he was the part of the piece in the Gary Sanchez for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Josh Donaldson trade. Rortvedt was a third piece. We just haven't seen anything of him. 14 games so far in AAA. Before getting called up, was batting .327, 3 homers, OPS over 1 dot. Listen, I have a habit of getting really excited about players when they look good in the first couple games. Shout out Jake Bowers. But yo, like, just knowing the defense is already legit, and that's all you can ask for a catcher, and the fact that we've seen a little bit of pop from the bat, he's still only 25 years old. Like, I ain't saying he's gonna like fill in what I had hopes and dreams of for like Gary Sanchez, but dude, like I'm ready. I'm on the Rortvedt train, and he seems like a good dude. So, and I like how he was like really buying into the whole like he played into the joke about being a ghost and stuff. It was funny.
Yeah, no, huge shout to Ben Rortvedt. Like, it was so nice to finally see this dude on the field because we've been gassing him up for like 2 years now, it feels like.
Yeah.
And honestly, dude, I feel like he provides something to the lineup that Higgy doesn't. It's like, don't get me wrong, like Higgy had a big hit in the Red Series, and he's decent with the bat, I guess, pretty solid defensively. But I think Rortvedt just it's like a fresh face, right? It's a fresh
That's what it
feeling.
is. Yes.
Yeah, in the lineup, in the clubhouse, behind the plate. And I think that if I had to go with a backup catcher behind Trevino, I'm going Rortvedt, bro. Also, let's not diminish the fact he's a left-handed bat.
Yeah.
Having a left-handed bat at the bottom of the order, who's also your catcher, backup catcher, I think it's sick. And I think like I'm just bored of Higgy, bro. It's like, you know that Toy Story the scene where like Andy's has the toy and he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore, and he throws him into like the garbage can. That's how I feel
Yeah.
with
That was
Higgy, bro.
fucked
Like
up.
I'm so bored of Higgy. It's like I'm sure he's a great dude, but he does nothing for me inside.
Understandable. Understandable. With Rortvedt too. Oh, I already mentioned that he's 25. Never mind. But I like Ben Rortvedt. Shout out to him. I was going to say he's young again. Yeah, no, I also have a prediction to put out there. I think outside of Cole games, I think if I could put a bold prediction out there, I think Ben Rortvedt will start at least 3 games a series in the playoffs. I think Trevino will
Wow,
catch Cole, and this is a bold prediction, so it's like me
that's
trying
really
to be a
bold.
little out there. I think Ben Rortvedt will at least splitting time equally with getting as much playing time as Trevino does in the playoffs. That's my bold prediction to put out there.
The only way that happens is if like the Yankees offense severely like needs an impact bat and Rortvedt kills it offensively, like
Or if he's,
down the
dude, I mean,
stretch.
Trevino, not
But
knocking
bro,
him, he's a catcher,
Trevino's like
but
a platinum glove catcher though. Like,
right. No, I understand. But let's just say if Rortvedt is like Trevino's like a 650 OPS guy, let's just say Rortvedt runs into a 700 OPS this year. That's enough of a gap to where like it would make sense to get him some starts. Not make him the everyday catcher,
he'd
but
need like
to
an
where they,
800, bro. In
but it's
order to
not
get
like
to get
I don't.
majority of the starts over Trevino,
I changed my bold prediction a little bit. I said equivalent playing time, and that's if Rortvedt shines out with the bat a little
yeah, but
bit,
if
and
he
also
starts 3 out of 5
understanding
games though,
Rortvedt's defense like is considered to be like on the level of what we thought Trevino's was going in this year. Of course, we saw it last year, saw him win the Platinum Glove, so we're a little more attached to him. But Rortvedt's defense also is supposed to be really, really good.
and I think we could say his offensive ceiling could be higher.
I would like to think so. I will also want to, temper expectations a little bit. Does have a career 690 OPS in the minors, but like I ain't a scout. Swing
No,
looks
no, but
good.
the eye test, bro, he looks
Yeah,
good. You
man.
know?
The eye test. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I
we
like the
love
eye
the eye
test
test.
sometimes.
Fuck
If it
yeah.
fits the narrative, it works.
Pat, I couldn't have said it better. If it fits
Yeah,
the narrative, that's all I
yeah.
needed. Yep.
Topic number 4, Dan, another guy returning from injury, another guy we didn't really think existed. Luis Severino, he's back through 4 1/3 innings of 1-run baseball against the Reds, topped out at 99. Now that we're seeing Sevy again, I know at least I had mixed feelings about him through the injury process, but are you pumped to have this man back in the rotation?
Yeah, I mean, without question, that goes. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to say, but I'm more so pumped how good he looked, dude. I mean, he was topping out at 99, and main memory with Sevy in terms of this year, it goes back to spring training, right? And his slider wasn't looking good, couldn't locate it. The changeup also wasn't looking good, which is pretty contrary to what we saw at the end of last year, where his stuff looked phenomenal. But dude, yeah, fastball looked great. The slider looked good. Changeup got a couple Ks on that as well. So just I know the Reds, aren't the best team in the world out there, but the fact that he got out of it healthy, the stuff looked good, and he did a good outing. 4 1/3 or 4 2/3, 1 run. Comes at a good time too with the shit that happened to Herman. Brito just got sent down, by the way, so he's in AAA. it's nice to have Sevy back. And also getting names back, getting Yankees back just feels good. And we're going to see a lot of that over the next couple of weeks with Stanton, with Donaldson. Rodon's a little bit away too, but I'm just happy we got through it, dude. It feels we got through the shit that we were ready to go through. Mid-April, all that stuff goes down. People get hurt. We're playing like crap. And it's like, the slight hope that we always saw or try to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like we're kind of getting there, and Sevy's part of that. Just seeing him back. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I just think it's funny how you were kind of listing the names of coming back and you threw in Donaldson and thought no one would notice. But
you're right. You're right.
But yeah, so I'm looking at Sevy coming back, and while it's great to have him back in the rotation, especially in a time where the Yankees desperately needed another arm, like with Brito struggling, Herman just being dumb, I guess. And then Nestor struggling, he bounced back his last start, but still, the Yankees desperately needed another arm, and the return of Sevy is huge. I'm just still a little bit skeptical, like how healthy he's gonna is Sevy gonna stay healthy for the rest of the season? And if not, like where does the Yankees rotation fall then? Because then you're like still relying on Rodon to come back. Who knows when he's coming back? Apparently he progressed to like throwing 120 feet, still not on a mound yet though. Who knows when that's happening? So
Fair.
while it's nice to see Sevy back, I'm still cautiously optimistic about the future of his 2023 season.
Fair. No, I think this is one of those times where the situation calls for pessimistic Patty. Like I understand, being a little bit concerned about like if he's going to be able to stay healthy for the rest of the year. I'm just going to lean towards, he'll be fine. Things will work out well, and that'll be great. Also, going back to 2022, and of course he only made 19 starts. Like, do we remember like how good this dude was? 3.18 ERA, but also a whip under 1 in 19 starts. Like Sevy it's nice too knowing that if you do get a healthy Sevy, you're going to get a good Sevy. Like as long as he's on the field, like the product that he puts out isn't really in question all that much. And I want to make one more point, actually going back to topic 1 with Aaron Hicks. Shout out Hal Steinbrenner too for being willing to eat the money. Not all owners are willing to do that. If he didn't do it, would have been a problem. But that's a good sign for maybe what's to come. Speaking of Donaldson, money is not a factor to Hal Steinbrenner, apparently. That's what he said, showed it by cutting Hicks. And also, you just made me think of this because you mentioned, kind of roast me on that Donaldson take, rightfully so. I wonder do you think we could see Donaldson get DFA'd this year? I'm just like, it's nice knowing it's a possibility. It's nice knowing it's a possibility and that it puts it out there that no, the end all be all goal, at least in terms of this, comes off like, no, we want to have the best product on the field.
I think the only thing that might prevent the Yankees from doing that is being a little bit nervous about their infield depth. Just because, like, bro, let's say DJ goes down, where are they going at third base?
And Peraza? I think Peraza gets traded. I think Peraza is definitely going to get traded now.
No, they have to trade Oswald Peraza. Like, there's absolutely zero fit for him. And this is what we talked about coming into the season. It's like, how long are you going to mess around with these prospects and just keep them rotting in the minor leagues and killing their value until you like actually utilize them for a trade? And I think Peraza is the definite. If you don't trade him at the deadline this year, I don't know where his value goes.
And also, like, you really don't have, like, we know we have to get a piece of the deadline this year, whether that's going to get a left fielder or even getting bullpen help. I don't know. There's really no obvious candidate besides Peraza. I mean, Jason's a little bit, there's not like a return that would fetch a Jason Dominguez, really, because Brian Reynolds is not getting traded. And you look around, I mean, Austin Wells, he's been playing real well down in AA, by the way, but it's such an obvious move to trade Peraza, who has value, but also doesn't have a spot on the team, still really young. Like, it has to happen. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yo, can I just say one more thing about the outfield? I know he had like a decent series against the Reds. I can't watch IKF in the outfield anymore, bro. Like, it just seems
about the
like
Bader thing. Bader's a little pissed, kind of.
No, I would be too. Like, that's not IKF's ball, and it's kind of just like, dude, at some point, every time a ball is hit to IKF in left field, I hold my breath, dude, because like you never know what's gonna happen. Like, he almost killed Bader. Remember,
it's if a fly ball's hit the IKF, I trust him to catch it. But now we have seen a few of those situations, and I think for the fact, hey, but 2 homers in the last week. I think the only thing we should do with IKF right now. Oh, stop it! I think we should shout out IKF. We should sing to the heavens about IKF. He's been good. He's been good. He loves being a Yankee. He likes his role. He just wants to win. Patty's hitting homers.
Doesn't mean I want him as a Yankee.
Honestly, dude, fuck a 5-year deal for Bader.
Yeah, 5-year deal.
That's my center
fielder. Okay. All I'm saying is if IKF is still getting like starts in the outfield for the Yankees post trade deadline, complete failure.
Once a week is fine. Like he is now.
But
a super
why does he need
guy.
to be playing in the outfield, dude?
If you put him out there,
he's clearly a hazard out there.
Listen. Is IKF going to be starting playoff games? No. So I'm not going to be worried about it. If he is, then we have a problem.
Don't doubt it.
I ain't going to throw it out there. But one thing about Sevy, who's lined up to pitch on Friday, which we are going to. We're getting Luis Severino on Friday,
Nice.
assuming he's in line. I'm not sure they're going to push him back at all, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of wish it was a cold start.
I want to say I'm so excited for that, dude. Friday night, we're going to be at the game. Let's just say it right now. Giveaway announcement on Monday. Tomorrow, Monday.
Today.
I think this is coming out on Sunday, actually. Is that?
Is it?
Yeah, we're going to have to work.
No,
I want it to come out today. But anyways, regardless, Monday giveaway will be announced for 2 tickets to Yankees Padres on Friday.
Correct. Yeah.
Which, if you want to, you could technically meet me and Pat. Not that you would want to. I don't know why you would either, but technically we'll be in the ballpark as well. So stay tuned to that. YanksAve. What even is our Twitter? YanksAve Show at
YanksAve Show on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably 10 a.m. it'll be up there. So stay tuned for that.
Do it. But quick topic number 5, Dan. Listen, Sunday's game was on Peacock. Tuesday's game is on Yes. Wednesday's on Amazon Prime. Friday's on Apple TV. You have to go through a lot of different lengths to watch the Yankees nowadays with all the different streaming licenses and all that. And some fans are complaining on Twitter. I'm going to be honest, dude. I could care less. I couldn't care less. Whatever the saying is, I always get it wrong. It's annoying, but whatever. Like the fact that people kind of complain about oh no, I have to turn on Peacock to watch today's game. Dude, it's not that serious. And people who complain about Amazon Prime, if you aren't already an Amazon Prime member, I don't know how you're a human being at this point. And if you have to pay $5 to watch the Yankees on Peacock, I'm sure there's free trials. Dude, there's free trials to all these things. And if stuff like this bothers you that much, it's not that serious.
All right. First of all, I don't even want to hear about the free trial thing. Because you know who signed up for a free trial last year? I did. And you know what I see in my email? Quite ironic timing, by the way. You have been recharged for your $4.99 a month for Peacock.
But dude, if you were someone who needed that extra $5 a month, you would have canceled it.
Okay, thank you for complimenting my wealth, Pat. I appreciate it. But let me say this. I personally don't have a problem with flipping on the channel. Like today I had to turn on Peacock. That's fine. Yeah, Wednesday I'll have to turn on Amazon Prime. Friday, Apple TV. Part of the reason I'm going to game on Friday so I don't have to deal with that. But the process, I personally don't mind. There's 2 ways I can look at this. But me personally, I don't mind the process. I cannot stand watching games on stream, period. Whether that's on the Yes app, which is terrible, or Prime, or whatever it may be. Because I can't stand the delay. Cannot stand it. It's a problem. Has to be fixed. I'll pay for cable to the day I die. My dad, though, if you were to say that to Dan Rourke Sr., dude, he'd want to punch you in the face. I wouldn't let him because you're my boy. But my dad gets so pissed off about this. Texted me today about it. Texted me every time there's an Amazon Prime game, which he is a member, by the way. It's for the older crowd, dude. I do get it. Especially, remember the days like you don't want to be flipping back and forth between the Yankees and Mets game, right? There's no flipping anymore with the stream because it's you're on an app and you got to get out of the app. You got to hit input, go back to cable, all this sort of thing. It's made the viewing experience more complicated, not impossible. Anybody who says, "Oh, I can't watch the Yankees anymore because of this," total bullshit. You're trying to look for a narrative here, which just isn't true. I find it pretty annoying though, especially dude, if I wanted to go to a bar and watch one of these games, they're not going to have it on. They only have cable usually. So it just makes life a little less ideal. I don't like it. And I understand people who complain about it, but I also kind of agree with what you're saying. Some people are very dramatic about it. Once again, if this was what stops you from watching the Yankees, majority of the time,
watch that bad. You know what I mean? You can find a stream somewhere, dude, if you want to watch the game, you'll watch the game. So
yeah, and also, MLB66.ir is working again. So anybody who ever needs an illegal stream, that works.
Dude, we're gonna get shut down though.
Please, bro. If we're gonna get shut down because of fucking copyright stuff, this channel would have been done a long time ago. But
it almost was.
Let's
not talk about that.
That wasn't copyright. That was somebody trying to fuck with me. And I'm still gonna find that motherfucker's head. I'll let you know. And Peacock, I want to shout them out because I enjoyed that broadcast. I did. 11:30 games are nice. Love starting my Sunday off that way.
I was kind of bored by it.
I think. Oh, I know. I thought the actual quality broadcast was
the
good.
quality was great. Yeah.
Brendan Burke was, I think, a good commentator, good play-by-play guy. Everybody knows him and loves him for the most part. What does he do? Rangers, I guess, or he's the Islanders commentator.
Watch hockey. I don't know.
Me neither. I'm familiar with the name. Anyways, but I like what they do is they pull a guy from both sides. So they have a Reds analyst come on and a Yankees analyst come on. I thought Todd was good in the booth. I thought Barry Larkin was really good in the booth. Dude, it was nice.
One thing I will say about that, I know Todd Frazier's been doing a lot of the in studio analyst stuff, and I was looking forward to seeing him in the booth today, just because I think that might be his future with Yes.
Right.
I think this might be his first time in the booth. I get he wasn't the best, but I think there's some potential there.
Oh, I thought. See, I was comparing him to the in studio, and in studio when he's doing the pre and post games, he's in that first couple times on, you smile a lot. And
Yeah.
former players, sometimes there's always like that issue where like they don't want to come off as like critical, and there's not much to criticize the Yankees over the last couple weeks anyways, but I thought he was much better in like the actual broadcast booth.
Sure.
And I thought initially that's what the Yankees would end up doing with him with Yes. When I saw the news that he was being brought on, I thought that's
I think
what they would do
eventually.
I think he's going to be really good. I agree with you on that. Let's get out of here, Pat. This was a phenomenal episode. Quick, to the point. Yankees are hot. Life is good. Socials, where can they find you?
Twitter, TikTok, at Unhinged Patrick, Instagram at True Hennessy. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, bro, Unhinged Patrick. I'm streaming after the Yankee games. Patty post-game parties are back, dude.
Dude, hell fucking yeah. I love whenever you call yourself Patty, by the way. Like Patty is just like
I like
when I think of my good
person.
friend Pat, it's Patty. Like nice Pat is
your
Patty.
Danny boy.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Which did I tell you the new Ben Affleck movie? The lead character's name is Danny Rourke.
No,
Swear to God, dude, it's
That's actually cool.
it's out right now. If you look at the Ben Affleck, not Air, which I just saw the other night, phenomenal. Also one more thing I want to mention, dude, the Blue Jays, total shit show, total mess. They're arguing with the Orioles now, like nonstop, getting into beef. And what happened the other day? Their manager, what's his name? Like something
John
Schneider,
Schneider,
the fat piece of crap. John Schneider makes one mound visit, comes back to talk to Alek Manoah. Makes another mound visit. Dumbass doesn't realize, 2 mound visits means you got to change the pitcher. So we had to take Alek Manoah's fat ass out of the game. Total shit show in Toronto right now, and I absolutely love it. Apologies for some of the foul language today. I'm really amped up, dude. I'm feeling good, great.
I can tell.
Ready to go, dude. Ready to go. So me and Pat will be in the stadium on Friday. Hope to see some of you guys there. Remember, announcement will be on Monday at 10 a.m. YanksAve Show on Twitter. Enter that. Dan Rourke on Twitter. Dan Rourke on Instagram. Yankees Avenue here on YouTube. All that sort of stuff. Yankees Avenue on Instagram. Let's go, Yankees. Peace out.
Her body's going like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine.